Comma rule 2 deals with introductory clauses. An introductory clause is a dependent clause that starts a sentence. In the last video, we talked about independent clauses. An independent clause, remember, is a complete sentence. It expresses a complete thought. A dependent clause is a group of words that can contain a subject and or a verb, but does not express a complete thought. In other words, a dependent clause cannot be a complete sentence. So take a look at these few examples that we have here. If Dr. Bass's students want to improve their writing, they have to continue to practice. You will see here, if Dr. Bass's students want to improve their writing is not a complete thought. However, we often need to take a pause after this introductory clause. You will see what comes after the comma here, they have to continue to practice, is in fact a complete sentence. So sometimes when we write, we often put dependent clauses at the beginning of our sentences to introduce the idea that we're about to explain. In this case, if Dr. Bass's students want to improve their writing, is what we call an introductory clause. Sometimes we use adverbs, just one word, as an introductory clause. Another example here, although the work can be tedious, Heidi is learning a lot about her writing this semester. Here, this introductory clause, although the work can be tedious, again, is dependent on the rest of the sentence. That's why it's a dependent clause. We have to put a comma before it because Heidi is learning a lot about her writing this semester is a complete sentence. Again, we often use, sometimes as transitions, one single word, typically formatted as an adverb. So this last example, finally, is our adverb here. Finally, comma, Maverick was able to complete his writing portfolio after weeks of hard work. So make sure when you are working through your writing and you are revising that if you have an independent or a dependent clause at the beginning of your sentence, that you do in fact have a comma after it. We are often taught when we are using commas that we put a comma every time that we need to take a pause. That's not always the case. However, that is the case here. If you find yourself reading part of a sentence and then taking a short pause before you read the rest of it, that means that you probably have an introductory clause at the beginning of your sentence, and you need to make sure that you have a comma after that.